it's time for something seriously unimportant. With your hosts, Anthony, Harley, Jimmy, and Carter.
Yes, man, I fucking love that intro. Makes you so much more hype than the other one. Like the other one, I would come and I'd be like a little hype, and then they play that intro music, and I'd be like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, bullshit.
Nah,
You loved it. You
yeah.
fucking loved it.
I will stand by that intro
Asshole.
forever.
Yeah.
Diesel, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I remember, like, I got fucking, like, just totally lit the fuck up in my room. In 15 minutes, I had that recorded, and I'm giggling like a little schoolgirl the whole time.
Yes.
Like, this is so corny. This like nobody's going to fucking want to hear this. And then I show it to you guys. You're like, we love it.
Yeah, dude.
It's our theme.
I fucking
So
love that
don't
shit.
even try that shit.
Yeah, no, I do love it.
Yeah, but no, for real, Diesel. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't shit with you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Diesel, you have to let us know how our new theme song is. Have you watched an episode lately?
Ooh.
Definitely hasn't shared any of them.
I'll tell you what, though. We're almost at 400 subscribers.
Holy
Last I checked, we
shit.
got
Hey, man.
396.
400
We
subscribers.
really
That's
want to get
crazy.
to that 500, man. Like, we're really looking forward. It's like a midway mark to that first grand.
We'll do something
So
crazy.
please,
We'll come up with
everybody,
something at our
introduce
next
this
meeting.
show to your friends. Introduce this show to your enemies. Like, subscribe, share with everybody.
We're trying to
We
blow
would
up.
really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
for
believe.
sure.
I believe at 1,000, Jimmy wants to give away a bottle of Jameson.
Now, there's going to
So-
be 3 different things given away, so stay tuned in Garage John.
Ooh,
For that shit.
3 things.
Yeah,
Well, speaking
man.
of blowing
Am
up,
I one of them? Are you giving me away?
no, you aren't.
You're
We
lucky-
couldn't give you away
you're
if
lucky
we
you're
tried,
not
man.
chained.
No, nobody wants me.
You're lucky you're not
Right.
chained to your workstation right now.
Yeah,
We're not-
exactly.
yeah. But Ant, real quick, before we kind of totally, speaking of Monday meeting, we totally, I guess, all forgot about it.
Yeah, we did.
Because
that
we
just
did
didn't
not
happen.
plan anything
We didn't go to Monday
this
meeting.
week. So,
We kind of went and got drunk at Longhorn, and then I went home and almost blew up my neighbor's house with some fireworks.
oh my God. So what
Here,
happened?
pass that down there, Jim.
What do you,
So last night was what was it? Memorial Day. So I went
my
home.
birthday.
Yes, it was also
Happy
Carter's
birthday, Carter!
Well, happy
I'm
belated
so
now.
old.
So
Yeah, what the fuck, Harley? I didn't even get a Facebook shout out.
damn.
Did I not?
Not even a little happy birthday on my timeline.
Did I not?
Fuck, man.
Wow.
I'm an
wow.
asshole, guys.
Yeah, she is.
Wow.
Harley.
We
Jesus
see how it
Christ.
really is now.
Right? Nothing we didn't know before. But anyway, we're shooting these fireworks off.
Look at her face.
I
It's
know.
like, how dare you
I
tell
felt
him I
the
hate
look.
him.
I felt the look.
I'm going to start one of those petition pages to get Boo taken off of Mario Party.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
fuck off.
So we're shooting these fireworks off right out front. We definitely shouldn't have been shooting them off where we were shooting them off because we were right in between the back fender and front fender of a car. But I was just telling my mom, I was like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Yes, I've shot fireworks off before. No, I am not a trained professional. So obviously I've been burnt. Shit's blown up. All that other crazy shit. So we took the last 2 mortars that we had, and I had a different size, like, you know the shells that you put them in, like the tubes?
Yeah.
The one was small and tight, and the other one was to a different set of mortars. My dumbass didn't think that the science behind the firework, it needs that tight space to get shot up into the air. So the mortar, the first one went off perfectly.
Okay.
The second one went off to about my eyesight, and I made eye contact with this giant flaming ball of fire, and I was like, that's not going any higher. And it fucking blew up like less than 10 feet away from my face.
Wow.
Sparks went all over me, all over Harley, all over my friend Shane. Like, it fucking, I'm surprised the car alarms didn't go off. We were like stomping on the grass because there was like little patches, and then we're like thinking it's all out. We're like, haha, nobody's dead. We're all good. And then my mom goes, is her trash can supposed to be smoking? And I'm like, what do you mean? I run over to my neighbor's house, and by the time I got over there, the entire trash can was shooting flames out of it. So
Wow.
We lit her trash can on fire, straight up.
Damn.
So
Not
you,
we.
Well, I did.
so you
I
pulled a
lit mine.
Sean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Jimmy's brother,
Yeah.
when he let
He
Yeah.
melted his whole trash can and still
Yeah.
uses it.
still uses it.
Well, I mean,
Giant hole in the side.
they're just
still
not
uses
taking it. They don't take it. So he melted it with the Christmas
I
decorations.
remember.
They just don't take it. Like he put even a bin on top, like a thing on top of it. Hey, put a note that said trash. And they just threw that out. They didn't throw the trash can out. You know, even though it's
I guess
literally halfway burnt.
Yeah, I guess you should have put an arrow pointing down.
Right.
But yeah, dude, you got to watch out with this fire shit. You understand? I don't need you on the news like our boy JJ Ellen. That's all I've been seeing, man.
Dude.
God
Did you
damn.
Shout out to
Legs.
JJ,
Yeah.
man. He just got out of the hospital today or tomorrow
Yes.
or whenever the fuck this airs. But yeah, man.
Yeah, he definitely got out.
Hopefully gonna make a recovery soon so we can light his balls on fire again.
Fucking A, man. I'm happy you're out of the hospital. Get well
We're gonna
soon,
add
buddy.
you know what? Fuck it. Let's add a clip of that in right now because there's fucking millions of them.
All right, we're adding that right now. And we're back.
All right. Well, speaking of absolutely fucking crazy wrestling and fucking the whole culture of the sport and the deathmatch scene and the extreme scene, we have one of my personal favorite people to hang out with. Somebody that I grew up watching on TV as a fan and actually got to end up meeting, and then him coming to support me and what I do. We got fucking my man Vic on the couch tonight, people.
Vic Corona, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, human. How's it going? How's it going, everybody?
We're
Very
all doing
good,
great, man.
I'm
How
really
you doing?
excited to have you on the couch finally because I
Thank
want
you,
to pick
thank
your
you.
brain.
I'm honored.
Yeah, it was funny when he first walked in. Me and Carter were just sitting there talking. Usually people text me when they're here. He just came in and was like, "So this is the garage." Just is like right
This
there.
is where the magic happens.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens, Jimmy. You're gonna quote him right.
That's fucking awesome.
Wait, were you quoting me from that post I made the other day?
No.
That's great.
I decided I'm going to come through the back. It's got to be a backdoor
Yeah.
operation. so-
Thank you for us saying that though, bud.
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty dope setup, isn't it?
Yeah, surprised.
Yeah, right.
Compact but effective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
fucking A, yeah.
Exactly. But for those who don't know, the way I know Vic and the way I was introduced to Vic was through watching wrestling as a kid, believe it or not. I would see him at shows at like the ECW arena, and for those who watched ECW knew that there was a very tight-knit group of people that would go to the shows. So it was a lot of you'd see a lot of the same faces and a lot of the same people.
That's right.
And there was actual like people would become fans of the fans. Like there was the straw hat guy that was in the front. There was the sign guy that was next to him. There was this dude he was like this biker looking dude that would just always
Wow.
be in the front. Nobody knew who the fuck he was or where. Like
That's the Faith No More guy.
yeah, exactly. The Faith No More
So
guy.
you had what, like season passes to ECW?
Yeah,
you
I
just
had,
went to
I had
every
season
show.
pass where you would give Gabe your credit card number.
Okay.
And I would receive a envelope once a month with approximately 3 shows in it.
Wow.
Oh,
Cool,
okay.
man.
And I had my seat. I always got the same seat, which is right across from the hat guy.
Now, is that something they did for everybody, like that you had an
Well,
assigned seat, or?
It was it was the ECW like VIP. Service.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
like the
guys,
first
you guys
come,
were in like
first
the
serve.
front row.
Yeah,
like
I made
okay.
sure I always got the same seat, front row, opposite the hat guy. Those guys wanted to be on TV.
Yep.
Okay, because that's the camera angle.
Yeah.
But I wanted the camera angle behind me, so they'd be playing towards me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking A, bro, for
And
sure.
in having the seat, I would have Paulie dangerously right behind me. So
Wow.
whenever there was a swerve, I would just turn around and start cursing him out. Like, what the fuck are you
Right.
doing now, Paulie? Are you insane?
That's amazing.
And he would just stare at us and laugh,
Yeah.
like he was right behind me at all times usually. And yeah, I made sure I went to every ECW show. Like after I missed Morocco, but after Morocco left, I started going. I think my first show was Tommy Dreamer with like 50 tables he went through.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Do you remember the year?
I got to be the early '90s.
Yeah.
You know, I forget who he wrestled against. It's a big match though. The guy broke his shoulder blade,
Oh,
and he went
shit.
through 50
Wow.
tables from the top.
Tommy Dreamer.
And yeah, I was going every month since. You know, it was the biggest bang for your buck.
Yeah, it really was.
And I lived in here in North Philly in Olney, In fact, I couldn't get there by bus, so I bought a car, my first car, to go to ECW.
There you go. See,
That's
man,
crazy.
the passion
Yeah.
that wrestling fans have is
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
I was trying to get there by bus. The guy goes like, "Oh, no buses go there." I'm like, "Holy shit!" You know, I couldn't figure out I could walk a couple blocks.
Yeah.
Instead, I got myself $1,000 car.
Started
Started
driving
going to
your ass down
ECW.
there,
I was
Oh,
my
yeah.
ECW car every week down to ECW Hall. Like, at one point, we had 2 shows a month there, ECW.
Nice, man.
Yeah, at one point. So there was plenty of happening, you know. And then I found out about the season ticket, and that's the reason I got a credit card.
Yeah. Yeah. That, see,
I had
exactly.
a credit card, so I always had ECW tickets, and I had my car to get there. And it was awesome. I couldn't believe, you know, what I was experiencing for $20, you know.
Yeah.
And back then, you know, it was bring your own beer also back then.
Wow.
So people were bringing in coolers full of cans only,
Yeah.
but cans of coolers and stuff, and
Yeah.
people were really, it was a really large party scene.
Now, for Carter and Jimmy, like, I know you guys weren't the biggest wrestling fans ever, but do you guys know anything about ECW or like because
They were the hardcore,
Yeah.
like, deathmatch stuff.
not quite deathmatch, but
But that was when
yes.
it kind of started
Yes,
going that way, mainstream, right? It
Yes.
started getting harder and harder.
They were the guys that innovate, not started.
Harley.
but- what are you laughing at?
What is going
The
on?
fuck is you?
Harley's
She's
in a rare
laughing
mood.
because I said harder and harder.
I'm mad I missed that one now.
But ECW, I kind of started watching it when I was younger, when it came like back.
Wow, that
When
then,
WWE
that ain't worth
owned
shit.
it, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Dude.
you had SmackDown, Raw, and
Yeah.
ECW.
See, the people
I didn't watch
who
it before
watched
then.
ECW when it first came on are embarrassed by that brand
Yeah.
of ECW because that was not ECW.
It didn't last
so
very long, if I can remember correctly, right?
It
was
Gee,
only-
speaks
I
for
wonder
itself.
why.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, like I remember who was the big guy that that like there was all the older ECW guys that
it was
came.
Bobby Lashley,
No,
and
there-
Gaga.
No, there was what's the one fuck, he's like my friend from work's favorite wrestler. He's like a long-haired black long-haired dude.
That
Tony
every
T-
wrestler ever.
No, he started with that ECW crew, and then he got really big. He's like still in WWE today. I'm
No
pretty
fucking
sure.
clue who you're talking about, buddy.
Well, anyway, yeah, that's when I.
That's
when I kinda
journalism at its
started.
best, everybody.
Yeah, dude, I should have actually. I figured somebody would know the name, but I'm not really describing him very well.
No,
the
not
big
really.
guy with muscles and long hair.
I'll find out who it is. You can keep going. And
So, Vic, was ECW your intro to wrestling, or like were you watching wrestling long before ECW?
Long before ECW.
Okay.
I used to go to the Spectrum once a month
Okay.
for Bruno Sammartino and all those other ones that are wrestling around that area. Mr. Fuji and, you know, Toru Tanaka. And that's when I started going live to the Spectrum.
Okay.
But even before that, we used to have wrestling at 5 o'clock on Saturdays.
Where at?
That was on television on
Oh,
Channel
okay.
48.
Okay.
And this is when Lou Albano was
Yeah.
was first wrestling.
Okay.
Bruno Sim, Mikel Cicluna, Lou Albano, to kind of name a few. But that was my my introduction, really. It was a Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock shows.
oh, cool, man. CM Punk is who I'm talking about, by the way.
Oh
CM
yeah, I remember
Um,
that
He went through.
guy. Yeah.
So I saw pretty crazy pictures that Richie Wrestling was just posting where you were in the audience. It was really cool, man. You're all over the place. Like when I first
Yeah.
met Vic, I met him at the UWF shows. You make it to almost every one of those shows
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah, and you're always just there. You were in the same spot for a while at the UWF shows
Yeah,
too.
I get
that
comfortable.
one,
I get
yeah.
comfortable. I stick with it.
Exactly.
So I had my spot at ECW. I had to get there early to get my spot.
Yeah.
ECW. Right next to the pillar, next to the bell table.
Was
I'm
it
gonna
always
have-
at the 2300 arena?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
called a ton of other things before that, but
But it
yes,
was always that
The
location.
Viking Hall.
Yeah, Viking Hall,
Okay.
the
It was
Asylum.
New Year's
It
Club,
was
Viking New Year's Club.
yeah, it was everything. But yes, that we're gonna have to get you down there, Jimmy.
The
It's
old,
a fucking cool
the
arena.
old ECW, when it was before it was WWE, they didn't travel at all. Then
No, they
just,
did. They traveled all over the place, but their home base was Philadelphia.
Okay, so whenever they did 2 shows a month in Philadelphia, even though they were traveling.
I mean, it varied. It
That's
all
fucking
varies,
that's-
but like
that's crazy,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
they were around for a good when they were around, they were all over the place. They did Japan tours. They did they were all over the place. So
Yeah, wow.
they weren't just Philly. They
That
just
was way before Vince took his interest in it.
yeah, way before Vince. took his
So,
interest
are
in
you
it.
a fan or not a fan of the Chris Jericho stuff right now?
I
His
think
new,
it's up and coming good idea.
Okay,
you
cool,
know?
yeah.
I think it brings the new talent in. Pushes people. The right people need to be pushed and all. It was pretty good.
I know.
Not so much Vince's thing.
Yeah, Chris Jericho. Like when my friends from work that I was talking about, they were like big hardcore. What is it? New. What is the Chris Jericho thing called?
AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
AEW.
Yeah, AEW. Yeah, they're like huge fans of it. They go on his cruise.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
a
a couple of people
cruise
that do the
every
cruise.
year or whatever. It's supposed to be a really good time.
Yeah, dude, I can't say enough good shit about Jericho. That dude is an all-around talent. Wrestling, musician, actor, all of it. Everything he touches is fucking
Yeah,
gold.
he's supposed to be cool as shit, like on those cruises. You know what I mean? It's like almost everybody on the cruise ends up interacting and meeting Jericho while they're on the cruise. You know,
and
he's really
another
cool
one,
with-
Jim, that a lot of people don't realize, but he got his big break from ECW. He's like,
Was he an
didn't
ECW
start.
guy? I didn't
He
know
did
that.
not start in ECW, but he got a big break in ECW. He was Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Wow, I did not know that. So, Vic, who are some of your favorite wrestlers that you got to hang out with or meet during these times? I know you
have to
probably
say,
met a
like,
lot of them.
Sabu was a big one.
Yeah,
Sabu, okay.
he was
Yeah,
a huge
he's
draw
one of
back
my-
then.
Sabu, one time he actually was doing photos, and I got my photo with him. He only did that for like 10 minutes. He's not the guy that does a photo thing.
Yeah, really.
That's
He's
way
still
below-
to
that's
this
He's
way
day.
really
below
not.
him.
Yeah, we've done a couple of conventions with Sabu, and he's just like
No
ugh.
photos.
Yeah.
I don't wanna do that.
So the one shot I got, I knew it was rare, so I jumped on it and got my picture with him once. And 10 minutes later, he packed up, went in the back. That was
Yep.
the ECW signing.
That's awesome.
But the one time I did really meet Sabu, I'll tell you a story. All right. My friends were at the Jaworski Holiday Inn downtown, right near the stadiums,
Okay.
the Holiday Inn. I was there with my friends, and it was the Grateful Dead that night at the Wells Fargo, okay? And I was going in with my friends, and I looked towards the front door, and there's a guy struggling with his bags.
Okay.
Large double bags. And I turned to look, and this guy's got a leather ICP coat on.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody.
Yeah,
People
not
You
just
just
don't
everybody
have
giving you a
leather.
boner.
People
Right.
just have leather ICP jackets.
Yeah, exactly. They're real exclusive
And
with
I
their
look,
merch.
and I'm like, holy shit, it's Sabu.
Wow.
Struggling with his bag at the Holiday Inn. So I helped him with his bag in, and I said to him, Sabu, I've seen all your matches at ECW. I've been to every damn one. Tonight you're fighting X-Pac, right? It was the night he fought X-Pac.
Okay.
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, X-Pac tonight. He says, you going to be there? So I had to say, well, I'm with my friends and we're going to the Grateful Dead. He looked at me and said, you're not a fan.
Oh.
And this went from
shit.
Sabu and right through my heart. I'm like, oh, no, you didn't just say that. And in the same breath, he says, you got any weed?
Yes.
I said, Sabu, you wait right here. I run up to my room. I grab a bud bigger than my friggin' palm. And I run downstairs, and there he
great.
is, still in the lobby.
Yes.
So I said, here, hold out your hand. And I put the bud in his hand, and he just looked at me like his eyes lit up. He says, what's your name? I said, Vic Corona. He goes, Corona, huh? Corona. I said, yeah. He says, sit down here in the lobby with me and my wife. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
First, he pulls out the autograph photos.
If this ends with him propositioning you, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
He gives me the headshot, the regular photographs that he sells,
Yeah.
which has the S and the U and like a B on there in a magic marker. But I do think his wife does that for him. Super Genie, I think
Yeah.
is his wife.
Yep.
She does the autographs on those photos. Because he took one out and wrote to Victor on me, and his handwriting is barely
was
legible.
Very
way
different.
different.
Very damaged.
Yeah.
So, okay, he writes that to me and gives me that. Then he says, I want to show you some photos. And he takes out a photo album of his wedding photos.
Wow, dude.
And he showed me he had a traditional Japanese wedding in Japan with the full robes and everything.
Oh shit.
Is his wife Japanese?
I
No.
don't think so. It's
Not
just
at
that he wanted He was very honored to have a Japanese wedding.
Yeah.
Sabu
fucking
made his name over in Japan doing the death matches and the
Exactly.
no rope barbed wires, fire matches. Him and the Sheik
Okay.
were like the main, like they blew up in Japan. So he's spent
So
a
he
lot of
got
time.
ha-
over
But he's
there.
not actually. Is he Japanese?
No,
or
he is
No,
not.
but he got hallowed treatment. He got treated
Yeah.
like
Okay.
He's a legend
really
over there.
special person.
So he was over there for a long. Like
Yes.
he spent a lot of time in Japan.
Yes.
So with the robes and all the flowers and everything, and it was a really big deal over there. And I couldn't believe it. He was showing me his wedding photos.
Right.
That is
that's
crazy.
amazing.
They are beautiful weddings, man.
So
Those
yeah,
Japanese style
so
weddings.
yeah, that was my sign off to him. You know.
That's
And-
fucking awesome. Yeah, I got to meet the first time I ever met Sabu was with. It was Sabu and Tommy Dreamer at fucking Nick's Roast Beef on Cottman Ave. They were doing an autograph signing. It was pretty cool.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man! At
Yeah.
Nick's Roast Beef.
Nick's
Is Tommy
Roast Beef,
Dreamer
whatever.
from Philly? I think. I asked
Tommy
you this
Dreamer's from New
before.
York.
From New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we used to go to the ECW. We used to go extra early all the time. Okay, and I would park across the street from the front door. And of course, we always had beers and doobies going. And this attracted Balls Mahoney.
Oh my God. R.I.P.
So
man.
all of a sudden, Balls is coming across the street with us, getting stoned all the time.
fucking amazing.
And then he calls his buddy Axel.
Again, rest
and
in peace.
It's Axel and Balls blowing doobies with us across the street from the front door.
And was
Fucking
this like an
legendary.
ongoing thing? It just
Yeah, like he
like
knew,
a
he
traditional
knew, he
type
knew
thing.
where I parked.
Yeah.
This was the spot. So then there's one time I have to tell you, I'm going across the street. The guy who sold the tickets, his name was Gabe. Gabe was in charge, and then he now is in charge of Evolve. He was involved.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
His thing. But Gabe sold programs.
Yeah.
So I run across the street and got a program for $5. Coming back across the street, I get cut off by an orange Camaro. I look in the side, and it's Taz. Taz in his orange Camaro. He looks at me and he says, "Where's Paulie?" As if I were to know. I said, "I don't know where Paulie's at. I don't know where Paulie is." He says, "You tell Paulie I'm not coming in the building till he comes outside with my check."
Oh shit.
So I run back and tell Balls, and Balls ran in and told Paulie, I guess, because Taz wrestled that night for sure.
Yeah, there you go. See? Vic's the reason Taz wrestled that night. You guys are welcome.
You
Yeah.
probably are, because he
Right.
seemed like he was pissed. Like he was
He seemed pissed
Yeah,
off.
getting ready to get the fuck out of there.
Paulie wasn't paying. He was telling everybody,
Yeah.
you know, the checks got burned in fires. And
Yeah,
he told Sabu the checks went down on the
Checks
plane
got
one
burned
time.
in fire.
All right, guys. You're a reader of books, Jim. I'm gonna have to give you because I'm not a big book guy, and this is the one of the very few books that I've actually read cover to cover. You're gonna have to read The Rise and Fall of ECW because it is a fucking
Definitely.
crazy fucking story of wrestling, but the family behind the company, the fan base is like no other. Like it's
nothing in
still
the
to this
world.
day, people try and recreate it, and
It's a historic
So
thing.
this
historic
guy,
place.
that we're talking about, I forget the name. You said he's part of the Rise and Fall. Then
yes,
he
Paulie
wasn't
was
paying
the owner.
people.
He was not that he just wasn't paying people. The business was a shady business back
Yeah.
in the day. So you just got to read the story and to know the story.
The
but-
checks went down with a plane.
Yeah, that is one of them.
Yeah, he
I
told
think that's
Sabu that.
is that
Sabu
code
believed
for.
him.
I think that's code for too many hookers and blow.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man!
Now you were
that's
talking
great.
about the fall of ECW with Vince, right? I got to meet Vince once and actually got
Holy
Vince's,
shit.
and I got Vince's autograph at home.
What?
Really?
That's
Wow.
a tough one, right?
Vince-
All right.
That's one.
McMahon.
That is, if not the hardest one.
All right, now let me tell you this story, okay? We went to wrestling, and you see we have the boxes up in the ceiling. There are boxes.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Spectrum or the Fargo Center?
I guess it's Wells Fargo at this time.
Vic, are you cool with me smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't ask you before.
So
Sorry.
go right ahead. So we had Electric Factory box, which is like definitely, which was in the ceiling opposite the stage.
Okay.
And I look across to the box like 5 boxes away to my left, and I can see it's really lit up. It's television lighting in there. They got the lights and the cameras and everything in there.
Wow.
So I figured, let me go around there and see what the hell's going on. So I walked past one guard, 2 guards. They didn't say a word to me. Figured I'm going to the men's room or something, right?
Yeah.
I make my way to the door, and I can see inside they're shooting Vince, and he's talking to the wrestlers in there.
Wow.
So I wait, and I wait. I just stand there and wait against the wall. And sure enough, as soon as they're done filming, out comes the film crew. Out comes the wrestlers, which I really didn't give a damn about. And out comes Vince. It's me and Vince face to face right there.
Oh my God, I would be shitting my pants.
I said, Vince, I want to thank you for helping ECW. At the time, I had thought that he was giving money to Paulie to keep it going.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like he had no idea what ECW was.
Oh, shit.
So right away, I said, can I get your autograph? And he goes, yeah, I guess. And I had a advertisement for The Rock.
Wow.
And it's a picture of The Rock with all these other merch items on it.
Yeah.
I said, sign this. And he guys says, that's not me, that's The Rock. I said, well, it's part of your product, isn't it?
You were sad that you weren't carrying around a Polaroid that day. Just
Yeah.
snap a picture of him here, sign this.
And sure enough, he put it against the wall and he signed it. And he looked at me, and away he went. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, I actually made him help out ECW. But what if he didn't know about ECW and bought it to crash it?
That would be wild, dude.
So, Vic, you could be a part of the
reason
reason
that-
fall
that-
of
that-
ECW.
The reason that Vince said, I got to get rid of these guys. They're getting popular. So he buys them, trashes them, ruins them, runs them into the ground. How many guys are still wrestling from ECW? I know Rhino is one.
Rhino's wrestling. Tommy's wrestling every once in a while.
Right.
Actively, Sabu's or RVD definitely. He's
Yeah.
running TNA right now.
What about Mankind?
Sabu every once in a while.
Mick
no,
Foley,
Mick
no.
Foley's not wrestling anymore. There's a handful of guys that can still go, maybe, but nobody full time. Like
CM
Shane
Punk,
Douglas.
CM Punk is wrestling.
We're
Well,
not
that's the
talking
new
fucking that
ECW.
shit.
Yeah.
I remember CM Punk.
Blasphemy.
CM Punk was Ring of Honor, right?
I think I don't know if he started in Ring of Honor, but he got really big in Ring of Honor.
I remember when CM Punk was in the front row down from the hat guy
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
with his legion of
With
friends.
his friends.
Yeah, causing a ruckus at
Yeah.
ECW.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the same arena and everything. The fucking
Yes.
legendary arena. Now, did you go to like the CZW shows and stuff after the ECW like closed or?
As a matter of fact, I was going to ECW, and a guy next to me said, "This is hardcore, but if you really want to see hardcore, you got to go to CZW."
Yeah.
I'm like, "CZW, huh?" He says, "Yeah." I forget the guy's name. He's being inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame this weekend. He does
Mondo?
the barbed wire. Does the barbed wire? He's got
Oh,
the great
the guy
ponytail.
that sets up the ring. And
Yes.
yes, I know who you're talking about.
So he was sitting next to me, and he told me to go to CZW. So I decided to go to CZW, which was, I believe, a Champs Arena in New Jersey.
Yep.
So I was going to ECW second Saturday of the month and CZW on the third Saturday of the month, going over there. There I saw Lobo and Zandig,
The fucking legends.
Rick Blade. I saw Rick Blade shatter his leg.
Oh shit.
I was there right there when that happened.
Wow. I have to
And-
rewatch that and see if I can see it.
And who else? Trent Acid. They were doing a lot of hardcore light
Yeah?
tube stuff in that place.
Really?
It was a hockey arena for little kids. It was
Wow.
just the right size.
That's badass.
And
man.
yeah, it was perfect. And so yeah, I was going to CCW and ECW. Then ECW folded. And as far as I can recollect, then we went to XPW.
Yep.
Then we went to, I believe it was the Blue Meanies product, which was
3PW, right? Yeah, those shows were just fucking batshit crazy. man.
Yes.
There were some crazy matches on that, like the cards and stuff that he would
Yes,
book.
XPW brought in Supreme. That's where I
Yep.
got to see Supreme.
That's
which is,
cool.
actually amazing. Then there was some other offshoot wrestlings I don't remember at the time what their names were, but the one night they had women's blueberry filling wrestling, women's vanilla pudding wrestling,
Yes.
and one of the matches was a girl had to dunk a girl's head into a fish tank.
Dude,
to lose.
I
saw
grew
the
up
girl.
in the wrong fucking generation.
So yeah, they dunked this girl's head in a fish tank, and she
God, I want a time machine.
And then I found out they were using Dunkin' Donuts donut filling, buckets of it.
Amazing.
They just put out a plastic mat in the ring and pour it on the girls, and they'd go at it in the donut filling.
This is the coolest, dude.
I guess there was an audience for that, you know.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
there's some real fetishists that were into blueberries and things like that.
That's crazy.
you know. But that was just some of the things I saw at the ECW arena. Yeah, that was besides ECW.
To be a fly on the wall in that arena.
And then CZW came in with the Zandig era. And I got to remember, people have to remember the Zandig era. Not what it has turned into right now, which is unfavorable to most people. But the Zandig era was over the top. I remember calling up Zandig one time for tickets, and I couldn't believe he answered the phone.
Oh, wow, really?
I told him, "You are the new ECW. That is the CZW Hall, man. You got to take this to the next level."
They did.
And they did, because the tournament, the Cage of Death that Zandig built, especially the one that had like the chain link fence going across the ceiling.
From the entrance theme, and it's fucking crazy.
Unbelievable. To Zandig being suspended by the fish hooks in his back.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're all right. So we're gonna have to go, and we'll add a crazy montage of what CZW, the original shit, looked like, because
the Zandig
it's
era.
fucking absolutely indescribable. Some of the things that these people did. So
yeah, they pushed the envelope that ECW had already made.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah,
do your
so
thing.
I'm gonna add that in right now, and we're back.
There we go.
Really, you
That's
couldn't
a
like
little
give it a
fast.
second?
That was exciting,
Yeah, that
wasn't it,
was
folks?
Right? The magic of television or YouTube.
The magic of television. Yeah, I actually added it in right there. With magic powers.
Yes.
That would be cool if I could do that. You know what I mean?
Funny
Just
how.
like, whoosh.
What's the spell? Carter, do your shit as am. Woo!
So Vic, you've been an extreme wrestling. It's just UWF though. When did you start going over there?
Yeah,
when they first
I'm actually
started?
quite curious to how you started coming to UWF, because when
That's a
I
good
seen
one.
you walk into the into the
You
yard,
showed
I
me
was
where the
like,
yard
"Holy
was."
shit! Yeah,
We
I did.
recognized each other
I did.
instantly.
Of
But I
course.
think I was just over the internet, I think.
Yeah, you just found out about it.
Yeah, when you know how you the computer knows what you're looking for and it sends it to you. Well, yeah, UWF came on the radar and I went with it. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Been loving it. Loving
Yeah, they've been doing a good job, man.
it. Fuck POR.
You heard it here.
Yes, you
You
did.
heard it here, man. Yeah. So UWF. What's your favorite match with those guys?
Oh, that's hard to say.
Well, while you're thinking, mine definitely is, and I saw a memory on my thing before I forget. Just Saying and Ozzy, remember that one where they went outside
when it was like
they-
all
Off
over
the
the
roof?
house.
Yeah, I thought that was really coolly planned.
yeah.
That was a good ass
Yeah.
match.
That was really
That was
cool.
probably
Shout out
the-
to you guys.
That was probably the most exciting match that I've seen there in a while. Well, it was a while ago, but like I remember being really excited because they made us like run all over to the different sides of the
Yeah,
fucking house.
I thought it was really cool.
They had like table upon table upon table set up and just
Yeah, there were definitely
Fucking killing
some cool ones, man. Was that the Uncivilized Cup?
I don't remember.
I don't know if it was, but the whole Uncivilized Cup that year was really cool too.
Yeah.
a
I do
lot
agree
of
with that.
crazy shit.
Yeah, one of my favorites was, okay, how about Bammer's scaffolding? How about that?
Oh,
I think that was
Oh,
the same day.
Bammer
that was
versus Tristan, right?
Yeah.
That was an amazing day where we were rushing to get the scaffolding up before the sun went down.
Yeah.
And everything was coming apart and going up and coming apart at the same time.
Everybody was holding their phone
But
lights.
what a yeah, right. We had to hold up our lights, but what a bump that was.
Yeah, that was a crazy fucking bump. I think, honestly, one of the craziest bumps to ever take place in that yard. Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't want to give the dude the credit, but he's got to get credit for that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Now the best one I think wasn't in the yard. Was the 200 light tubes in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay, with Mikey, Fatality,
and
Rebel.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fucking amazing match. It was cool as
It
shit.
was freezing cold late at night,
Yep.
lighting the best we could do.
Yep.
They really took it to the fucking
They broke a
max.
lot of
Yeah, they
fucking
did.
glass on each other. Man.
Mikey really ate it up.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
So I know we had Mike Devine and Richie Wrestling on the show before. I'll add a link to all the UWF stuff. My boys are doing a really good job over there. And while you're there, like this video, subscribe to our channel.
And Browns, shout out to Browns.
Shout out to
Yes,
Browns,
of course.
yeah, and share with your friends. So Vic, I know you have another cool part of your life. How long have you been doing this catering work? So Vic caters all the events in Philadelphia, which I just think
like
is badass,
concerts
man.
and like shows and all that different, all of it.
So, how long have you been doing that? Can you explain kind of what it all is?
All right. My best friend started doing catering. Well, he was a runner for Electric Factory.
Okay.
And from there, the Grateful Dead hired him to take care of the Grateful Dead, and he took care of Jerry Garcia.
Wow.
Yeah, I would go on tour. I've seen hundreds of Grateful Dead shows. I would go there and get passes and all, hang out backstage and all that. So after he was done with the Grateful Dead, Electric Factory needed somebody to take care of their catering duties. So he opened up a kitchen and started making the food for Electric Factory for their shows.
Wow, badass, man.
And then Live Nation contacted us. They also heard about us and the Grateful Dead treatment that everybody likes so much. And Live Nation hired us.
Fucking
we
A,
went
man.
from a kitchen in South Philly to the kitchen at the BBT.
That's
shit.
amazing.
That's a jump.
Man. Yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about a
sure.
come up.
Right.
Those are that's
And
10 years come
that's
up.
awesome, man. And how you've been doing all kinds of shows since then.
Yeah, we do.
You met all kinds of crazy
Camden,
people.
Philly, Hershey, Montage Mountain. Yeah, we handle all the big acts and all the stadium shows too.
That's great, man. Do you have any favorite? We need to hear some stories, man. Come on, like something that you're allowed to talk about. Like, I know. What you were telling me briefly before I had to go in about Ozzy. The second time you met Ozzy, right?
Dude, see? That sentence alone should show you how legendary the man
Yeah.
was. The second time he
Well,
met Ozzy Osbourne.
and I
You're
don't-
lucky enough to meet that dude once.
Yeah, it's funny. I never.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
tell him
crazy.
about your autograph story though, because I don't think Aunt ever heard this.
I
one.
have
This
not.
is cool, man.
Okay, well, Ozzy has a thing where the VIP at the time, you would get a VIP ticket and you would get an 8x10 shot from Sharon. You'd get in line. Sharon would give you the 8x10 of Ozzy. You'd walk up to Ozzy. He's slumped over, you know, and he just signs it real quick and off you go. So I did something you're really not supposed to do when you're working backstage. I jumped in the VIP line with my Ozzy poster. And Sharon looks at me like, who's this guy, you know? It doesn't have the headshot. So I said, oh, I just work here. And she just shrugged it off.
Like,
Good
all
shit,
right.
man.
So, yeah, right. 8x10, 8x10. Then me with I lay out this full-size poster in front of Ozzy. He just looks up over his eyeglasses at me and shakes his head. And signs it anyway. What's he going to say, you know?
There you go, man.
So he signs it anyway. I grabbed it and got right out of there on that one. That was I got my autograph from him.
That's badass, though, man. And you know what? I know you're not supposed to do that when you work there, but once in a
Yeah.
while, fuck it.
Then,
You know what I mean?
Wells Fargo, I saw him going to the bus. I got to say goodnight. You know,
Yeah.
you get a nod. If you get a nod from him, it's a big deal. Then coming into Camden, I saw him. He had to go from the bus to the backstage door, and that's right through our kitchen area. So I know exactly where to hang out, so they have to walk right in front of me. So I said, hi, Ozzy, you know, and he gives me the hello and the nod, and away they go into the dressing room.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It's crazy, man.
You know, I don't know. I think Ozzy needs to show a little more respect for this
All right,
great
Carter,
man.
No.
Yo.
Oh,
Dude,
Oh, I'm
Ozzy
sorry.
doesn't-
Is Vic's not legendary?
I didn't say
Oh.
that.
Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that, but Ozzy is fucking Ozzy. He doesn't have to show respect to anybody.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
That mumbling
No, he doesn't.
motherfucker.
Man, he was the top.
So what other? Give us some more
So
cool stories,
passionate.
man.
So-
I want to hear about some of these people you met.
Oh my gosh. Like maybe Ted Nugent. He was a kind of a dickhead.
Why was Ted Nugent a dickhead
I've
besides
heard that
the
a-
obvious?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot about him.
Oh, the one thing we got everything right for Ted Nugent. Okay, you get a rider, they tell you what they want to eat and whatever. So there's the Electric Factory, and I was like making sure he's happy in the dressing room and shit like that. And last minute, they notice on his rider, his paperwork, it says homemade soup at the end of the show.
Just any kind of homemade soup.
Yeah, but it's got to be homemade, and this is what some artists do, like soup at the end of the show for the vitamins and all that.
yeah.
So I'm by myself, and where am I going to get a homemade soup? You know?
Yeah.
So I run to the supermarket. I figured I'd get Progresso, something like that, something decent. I got this clam chowder, and I made that for him on a heating element that we had in the back. And I brought that to his room and just left it there with him, thinking I got away with it,
Yeah.
no problem.
You did exactly what he asked you not
right.
to do.
So I go back to the room later, and the bowl ain't there. I figured he ate it. I got away with that. Later that night, I go out, and here he put the bowl and the spoon and the soup on the ground next to the tour bus.
Next.
Right, not even giving me the decency to tell me that it was sucked or whatever. Left it on the ground right there at the door.
That motherfucker carried his soup out
right,
to the tour bus
and
then
left
put
it
it
on
on
the
the
ground. That was
pavement.
different, But no, most acts are really nice. I've never really had any trouble with anybody, really. It really doesn't happen.
So you've seen some of the most legendary acts there are to see. Is there any of your favorite shows that you could tell us about, or some of the crazy legendary?
Man. Like Rage Against the Machine at the Electric Factory.
Oh my God!
That was an explosion of tattoos and flesh in that mosh pit. It was amazing.
I can imagine.
That stands out. I mean, there's so many things. Guar stands out.
Guar is forever
always good.
I will try and introduce everybody that I know to try and go to a live Guar show.
Yeah, we caught Guar at the Electric Factory, right?
I've seen Guar at the Electric Factory.
So
I've seen them
fucking
at the.
fun.
I've seen them at the Truck. I've seen them. Dude, Guar. Even if you don't like their music, you gotta go see Guar live because it is like nothing else.
Well, are they still doing as well since the original singer died?
Yes, they're doing just as fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
Odorous.
the same, and obviously it's something different, and they're trying to make money because they have fucking bills to pay. So stop complaining, people on the internet, and enjoy the fucking blood splatter.
Yeah. Well, he was so awesome though. Like,
I
you know
agree.
what I mean?
Nobody
Like,
will
he was-
beat Dave Brocky, but
Yeah.
Nah, what was his stage name?
Odorous Youngus.
Yes,
Otis
that's it.
Urungus. Yes, I had my confrontation with him.
Oh, you got to meet them.
Oh yeah, I
nice.
worked for Guar at the factory the
Oh,
first
so
time
you
they
got.
played
All right,
there.
what does Guar's menu look like after? What do they want to eat?
They
like
they
fucking,
just they didn't have any money to get catering at all.
Oh, okay.
They ordered out for pizzas.
Yeah.
But
That's fucking great.
the one special thing that I had to do, they needed 3 cases of large red Gatorade.
That's
large
funny.
bottles.
I have I have a good red Gatorade
And-
story for after this too.
And what I had to do was take the labels off all the bottles, so that when they drank from them, they were drinking from these bottles of blood. Understand? And they could pour Gatorade
Yeah.
all over and drink the Gatorade.
Okay.
So they're about to go on stage, and they have a band meeting at the bottom of the stage before they go on. And I handed them all their red Gatorade, and they're walking on, and Odorous looks, and he had a bottle of beer still in his hand. He drank Nut Brown Ale.
Okay.
And he looked at me and says, I can't go on stage with this. Put this in the freezer. So I took his beer and I put it back in the fridge for him and gave him a bottle of that Gatorade instead, and got him
Yeah.
off onto the stage.
Fucking right, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking
That's
amazing.
great, man.
Yeah, these guys, you gotta keep them happy, And
Yeah, of course.
what other ones? Like, how about the Police were playing the stadium in Philly, and a half hour before they went on, the Police's guitar player had to have vanilla ice cream.
What the fuck?
My man.
So here you go, Vic. Here's $20. Come back with vanilla ice cream in 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I remember there was this, like the street from Patterson Avenue. There's an AM/PM up there. Luckily, I went to the Eagles AM/PM right there and caught the vanilla ice cream and got back in time for him, so he could go on stage with his vanilla ice cream.
Can you imagine if the
You
city
know.
of Philadelphia rioted because the police didn't go on stage, and it was all because Vic was late with the ice cream?
Yeah, Well,
That is funny,
they
man.
won't.
Some
They
of
won't.
these crazy things.
Another one going was Lady Gaga when I took care of her. Lady Gaga's first tour at Electric Factory. Nobody knew who she was. Advertised it for months. And I got her dressing room ready, and she said everything was pretty good, but she wanted chocolate almonds was her thing.
Huh.
Wow.
So to keep her happy, I ran and got her chocolate almonds and brought them back. And I was going to stay for the show, but she said to me that everything in the room is perfect. Now you can leave and not come back ever again. So I was like, yeah, off to off to wrestling I go. And I left not seeing Gaga's first show, the tour.
Right?
But I got out of there just keeping them happy with their little things, And that was
Yeah.
when Lady Gaga was one of them.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So,
Lady Gaga.
are there any? There has to be some fucking like crazy. What's one of the craziest requests you've gotten from somebody? Like, do they want like a 32 ounce raw steak, or like a fucking like some crazy shit? Has anybody ever ordered something very out of the ordinary?
No, just people have allergies, peanut allergies.
Oh, okay.
We had one guy who was allergic to soy sauce,
Oh, wow.
things like that.
Yeah.
But no,
They're still normal people.
Yeah, I know, but when you're a rock star and you can order whatever the fuck you want, you're gonna order
they
some
want
crazy shit.
goat milk sometimes.
No, like chocolate fountains or.
Yeah, like
no, nothing like that. We do have a thing we do once in a while. We have a cheesesteak contest that we do
oh wow.
for what they asked.
Cool.
I think it was Blink 182 we did it for. We set up like 5 different kinds of cheesesteaks for five different sales places, like Pat's and then Gino's and all, and give them numbers, and they try each cheesesteak and pick the favorite one.
Oh, that's cool. It's something like a cool Philly thing,
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
We've done that. We've done that a couple of times for them. The steak thing, I did get a 12-ounce steak. That was Marilyn Manson.
This story,
Of course.
yes,
There we go.
we do
Yep.
know this story.
I told this story to
This
you guys
is a fucking
before.
great
Yeah.
one.
Marilyn Manson shows up Electric Factory in full Nazi uniform, the coat, the hat.
Oh my god.
His girlfriend, I learned, had just received Marlene Dietrich's purse. He had bought Hitler's girlfriend's purse for his girlfriend. It's true.
What the fuck?
So,
in the
That's
Jimmy,
serious.
Jimmy, did you sell that to him?
so he's one of those guys. They go in the dressing room and lock the door. A lot of guys do that. But he did request a large steak after the show. So here I go. I had to go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse outside City Hall.
Oh, that's a great place.
Yes, for a $100 steak takeout. Imagine.
Wow.
Now, who does a $100 takeout? I felt like I stuck out waiting for that thing. Everybody's all dressed up, and I'm standing at the desk waiting for my $100 takeout.
Well, leave it to Ruth's Chris to charge $100 for a fucking 12-ounce steak.
So
I've never been there before.
I bring it back, leave it in the room, and he leaves without eating it. One of the cleanup girls ate it. One of the girls that swept the room ate it.
But if it wasn't there,
Yeah, exactly.
it would have been a big giant
That's what
thing,
it is with
you
these
know?
things. It
Yep.
has to be there. Whether they're going to eat it or not, it's in the contract that it has to be there.
Right.
And our job is to keep the artist satisfied.
Yeah.
No matter how wacky it is. We've even done the brown M&M thing also for, was that Van Halen, right? Take the brown M&Ms out. We did that for them.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's what I mean. Like that's a crazy request to me. Like some crazy douchebaggy.
See, they-
like
Yeah.
They do that to see if you really read the rider. If you
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
follow instructions, the brown M&Ms won't be there.
Yep.
But if they're there, you didn't follow
Yeah,
instructions.
what
to
else
the
is
T.
fucked up, right?
You know, like the Foo Fighters, they've gone so far as they put pictures in the riders. This is what the scrambled eggs look like.
And
This
this
is what
is-
yeah, they're all done with pictures, so you can't screw
Wow,
it up.
man, that is
It's
fucking
pretty- The
crazy.
Foo Fighters did that once. That was pretty
The
fun.
brown M&M thing,
That's
it's mind-boggling because M&Ms don't even taste different.
yeah.
That's
No, but
But
I
again,
get for the fact
it's all
that
about
to
the
make sure
detail.
they're doing what they're
Like,
You're
at.
supposed to be
Yeah.
doing your job.
But my
Oh,
grandma
yes.
Cindy's actually a douchebag. Like with it, she's not in a famous band. She actually tells you when you go to the corner store
I
to get
know
her
this story.
to get her 20 Sour Patch Kids, but tell them no yellow and no green.
Yep. She only
So I
wants,
have
like,
to tell
the
this
reds
poor
and blues.
guy, I'm like, can I get 20 Sour Patch Kids, but can you make sure I get no yellow and green?
That's
And they're always like, oh my god, man.
That's
But
funny.
the kid at the corner store right next to her house, he like knows already, so he already takes them out. But it's just like, how much of a douchebag can you possibly be? No offense, Grandma.
Can you wrap each one individually, please?
Right.
No, they are all wrapped. They're the big ones that are wrapped individually that she gets.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, Jim. We didn't know the correct size of her Sour Patch Kid.
Well, no, like the ones that they sell singly.
We know what you're talking about,
You
buddy.
know?
He's
So, I
just
don't-
being a dick.
I know.
Moving along.
Like always. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vic.
That's
Continue.
all right.
So, like I was saying before, when Vic first walked up to UWF, I was absolutely mind blown because I knew who he was from, like I said, watching wrestling shows and like working the conventions and stuff. Like before I knew him, I would see him at shows, like as a fan going to shows at the ECW arena, like the House of Hardcore shows and stuff like that. And then to fucking be able to wrestle in front of him, like that was a big deal when you walked into the locker room at the first day. We were like, holy shit, we're wrestling in front of the ECW dude. Like that shit was crazy. That was.
I appreciate great talent.
Yeah, well, there you go. You heard it here.
You guys were giving all you could,
Yes,
I
we were,
I knew
man.
it was the place to go. And I stuck with it ever since, UWF.
Yeah, most of them have heart and
Most of them.
most of them have heart for it.
Yeah, no, you can tell though, and that's the thing with like, you see the fan groups like with these smaller companies like ECW and the original CZW, and they realize that the people that are performing are not doing it for the paycheck. They're doing it because their heart and soul is being put into it, and they're doing it for the passion of the business. So we're giving you all the passion because you guys are giving us all of your passion as being the fans and making sure the rock stars or whoever are taken care of and all that stuff. Like, it's all a big-ass cycle that everybody needs to realize because we all need to start working together. And if we all started working together, you'd get better fucking product. But yeah, it's crazy to see such the small fan group with such big passion, like ECW. Like I was trying to explain to you earlier. For those who don't realize what ECW was, it's more than just a fucking wrestling company. It's a family. Because like do you talk to any of the guys still from like back in the
I
like?
still talk to Kato.
Okay,
I would go to H2O with Kato a lot and still keep in touch with him a lot.
that's cool.
But no, nobody else really from way back then. I mean, I remember back when Nick Gage used to sit behind me.
That's crazy.
There's a photo of me with Nick Gage in the Facebook also. Yeah, Nick Gage was a spectator also that went into wrestling.
And that again goes to show you that the fans and the workers are all one. Like it's like I said, a recurring circle, and it's amazing to me that to be able to sit here and pick your brain on the fucking couch.
Yeah, Vic, what is your favorite venue in the Philly area? We were talking about this a couple episodes ago.
Wow, that's a good question. I guess the Met right now.
I've
Met-
never been to the Met.
The
Yeah,
Met
I
just
haven't.
opened up, Broad and Gerard. It's really a beautiful place.
I haven't seen a show there yet, but my brother's high school graduation was at the Met.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Have you ever been to the Met, Carter? No.
I was supposed to see Deftones there, but then fucking COVID hit.
You know what I really like? I was there for the first time a couple years ago, Union Transfer. I've
Yeah.
never been there. That's a really cool venue, I think. Have you guys ever been
Yes,
to
I
that
have.
one?
I've been there a couple of times.
Surprisingly big. I liked it. Yeah, very cool.
How about the Underground Arts? Have you been there yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's another great venue.
Underground
I really
Arts.
like that
over
venue.
there, yeah.
I think the Underground
That
Arts
and the
is going to
Voltage
blow up.
Lounge.
Yeah.
The
un-
Voltage Lounge is absolutely fucking tremendous.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my favorite venue
Yeah,
right now.
I've never seen acts there. I went there just for the GCW.
Yeah.
I never thought they had like really good acts there. Too.
Yeah, they have. That's like one of the places you go, I think, in Philly before Underground Arts. You go to Voltage Lounge usually, and then usually the next tour, if you get big enough, then you go to
Yeah.
Underground
Yeah.
Arts.
Yeah, I agree. But
And then
with
probably
I've
the
We've seen
TLA.
Psycho Stick there.
yeah, we've seen a
Really?
handful.
Yeah.
We've seen.
I want to
Psycho
see
Stick
them live so
Dude.
bad.
That was
it
a fun
was
show.
fucking fun.
But we've seen a handful of bigger bands at the Voltage Lounge. Like a lot of bands like will do like if they're touring with big shows, and then they'll do like a smaller show at the
Yeah.
Voltage Lounge that's not really
Yeah.
like announced, but it's announced like the night before, or like you know what I'm saying. Like we got to see.
It's super cool.
I got to
place.
see Crowbar there. I got to see H2O there, Madball, a bunch of fucking bands,
Yeah,
like
we've
huge
seen
bands.
H2O there. We've seen them at the Underground Arts. We've seen them a couple of times.
Yeah, we did.
When I was selling T-shirts with the Grunge-a-Palooza, Underground Arts is my favorite because the spot where they were selling the T-shirts is right. You can see everything. That's one thing I hated when I was at a venue and I had to sit outside the show. I was like, "Fuck, man."
yeah,
This
you,
sucks.
you gotta work.
You're there to work, but it's like
Yeah.
I want to enjoy it too.
Yeah,
How does that work?
I was working very hard the whole time.
Or
How does that
what
work
was
with
it
your
at the
job?
TLA? We were like, fuck it.
yeah.
Like, Carter, watch the T-shirts. I'm going to go in and get a beer.
Sell them for whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, not the best sale. No, I was actually a really good T-shirt salesman, but I was very
We'll say off form that night.
Yeah.
So how does that work with your line of work? Do you get to watch these amazing fucking shows, or
Oh, yeah.
do you have? Oh, that's
Absolutely.
even cooler.
Usually, we get the dinner up at 5. Dinner's over at 8, and then they clean up, and we can do whatever we want after that.
That's fucking amazing. That's a cool ass job to have, man.
Yeah, you said it. I really got lucky.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
I retired and fell into it, so
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing that for a long time.
Hell yeah. Until the day you start fucking kicking.
Hey,
it.
I remember a venue. You guys remember the Barbary?
Yeah.
I've
Isn't
never
it
been
still
to the
open?
Barbary.
Is the
Yeah,
Barbary? Yeah,
it
the
is.
Barbary's still open. Yeah, I've been there a couple times. I got to see. Did you not go with me to the Barbary the one time? No, you couldn't because you couldn't get in. You weren't 21 yet. Yeah, the Barbary is fucking. It's about the size of this room right here. Yeah, that I've seen. So I've seen a crazy fucking Finnish. I think some crazy guy on the internet's gonna fucking come at me because I don't know what, like, wherever they came from. But this crazy grindcore band, Rotten Sound, I seen them there. Seen a couple of shows there. Satanic Rave was there.
Now, the band I worked for ran that place.
Which band?
WNOC.
I don't know.
I'm not sure who that is.
WNOC.
All right. It was the White Negroes on Crack.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have to listen to that band after this.
We ran the Barbary, Middle East Club, Chestnut Cabaret, Grape
Carter
Street,
behind you.
Grape Street Pub. We would play these clubs once a week or once a month, and they would sell so much beer that we'd make their bill for the whole month because we sold out every time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, WNOC. You have to look them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna
You'll
look them up
find them.
right now. We're actually gonna plug them in the
Put
description.
up a WNOC video right here.
You said it. You got to do it now, Jim.
I can't. That's
Okay.
copyrighted.
And-
No, it's not. It's original
No,
music.
It's all real.
Yeah, we don't have permission to use it.
All
We're
music
gonna ask 'em now.
All music is original music.
Oh,
Anthony.
fuck it. Yeah, I guess
It's
you're
on
right.
Facebook. It's on YouTube. So
Yeah.
it must be up for grabs.
Somebody go
right?
look it up. All right, man.
And yeah, we used to really run all the clubs, and it was a hell of a band. You have to check it out if you like rap, sort of like rock rap.
Oh, that's what I live for.
Yeah. In fact, we would put up posters every Tuesday night at the college. You put up flyers at the colleges, and we would put them up on Tuesday night. And one night we ran into Jimmy Pop.
Oh, from what the hell? I can't fucking think of the name.
That's Bloodhound Gang. Right?
Bloodhound Gang.
Gang,
That's
right.
it. There it is.
So here we are putting up flyers, and the Bloodhound Gang is right there putting up flyers with us.
That's cool.
And let me tell you,
Well, they're PA guys, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So they came to an NOC show, and Jimmy Pop got a lot of ideas from WNOC, and Jimmy Pop ran with it more than NOC did.
That's crazy. Now I'm definitely gonna have to look these.
So
guys
yeah,
up.
we're
So
definitely
they were the inspiration for Bloodhound Gang, like, as
kind
we
of
know
yes.
it.
What you're
I
saying,
could
man.
say that.
Damn.
I could say that. you know.
Damn.
So
You
yeah.
really heard it here, folks.
Right?
Jimmy Pop. Shout out to Jimmy Pop.
Yeah, of course. I actually got to meet Evil Jared at a Volbeat show in Allentown one time. That was pretty cool. But before we start wrapping things up, I gotta fucking know, because I'm, as everybody else knows, probably the world's biggest Limp Bizkit fan that there still is. Have you ever got any? Have you ever worked with Limp Bizkit or Fred Durst at any time?
Now, wasn't that the recent thing where the ICP incident?
Yep.
Dun, dun.
Yes.
Wait, you were there for that?
Yeah, I was there for that.
That
He's
was
there
here?
for everything.
Yeah, that was in Camden.
Oh, get the
yeah.
fuck
We were there
out.
for that.
So we
Yeah.
watched ICP.
He like fake punched him or
No,
fell or
he
something?
drop
Drop kick.
kicked him.
He missed though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he missed. He didn't drop kick anybody. Drop
Yep.
kick there.
ICP was on a smaller stage, okay,
Yep.
not the
Yep.
large stage.
They were on the side stage.
And I don't think they liked being on the small stage. They wanted to be on the large stage, which is where I think started to bubble up.
Okay.
So they did their set, and I saw them leave, and I said goodnight to them. They were leaving, and they got on their van, and I thought the van was taking them back to their hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
But on this tour, there was no hotel rooms. It was bus only.
Yeah, because it was a one-off show.
Right. So they take these guys, they take Shaggy and Violent J to their buses.
Shout out to the boys. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. So they're going back to the bus thinking, okay, these guys are safe. We get rid of these guys. So they still had their passes, of course. So they come back into the show with the passes and sneak back into the show to a point where they were standing side of the stage with their passes.
Yeah, a lot of people, if you're not a hardcore ICP fan, you wouldn't realize who they were without their face paint on.
They came back without the paint on
Yep.
and stood. They used their passes to stand right there on the stage, and decided they were going to prove Durst who the boss was.
Yep.
Shaggy missing the drop, right?
Dude,
the
if
drop.
he would have
Yeah.
connected with that,
Oh my god.
No, that
He
was
slid,
such
he
an
slid
epic
off
fail.
his back and fell.
dude.
Yep.
And they grabbed Shaggy by the back of the neck and threw him out of the venue.
Yep.
Dude,
That was
concert,
wild to watch.
We've talked about that concert on here before, I'm pretty sure, but that concert literally defines who I am as a person.
That
Because
was wild.
there was fucking Insane Clown Posse, Guar, Limp Bizkit,
It was stacked.
fucking
It was
dude,
stacked.
and then the whole drop kick thing to happen between Insane Clown Posse and Limp Bizkit, two of my favorite fucking bands of all time. Dude, it's fucking. There's no concert lineup will ever beat that.
Now ICP to play Electric Factory also. You know, did you
I
ever
have
go to one
not.
of those?
No, I did not get to go to.
They
one
would
of those.
line the back of the stage would have skids of large bottles of Faygo. And they used sugar-free root beer and sugar-free Coke so
Diet
they
Coke.
could wash it up easier.
Yep. Is that why?
Yeah, so it doesn't stick as much.
Oh,
so they,
see, I
they
never
got
knew
shut.
that.
They got shut out of a lot of
Smart.
clubs because they would, ruin
was
the
too-
place.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
soda.
Yep.
Also, did you know they used wrestlers in the clown outfits to
Yep.
throw soda out?
I did. That's They a lot of them. That's how they would pay for their tour travel.
Yes, one of them was Sabu.
Yep.
was
Sabu
throwing
would do
soda
it.
out on the
Madman
others,
Pondo
throwing
would do it. All
I
of them
couldn't
would do
believe
it.
it. They were using all the wrestlers and paying them off. That
Yep.
was Electric Factory.
You got to work off your debt.
Now, how about, did you ever go to Juggalo Wrestling?
No, I have not been to a GCW show yet, or a JCW. My bad.
JCW was wild. That was also Electric Factory
Yeah.
with Dynamite. What's the guy that says Dynamite? He was the MC.
Which guy?
JJ Jimmy Walker.
Okay.
He was the MC.
That's wild. At the
And-
Electric Factory, you
At
said
the
this
Electric
was at?
Factory, yes.
Oh well.
And man, there was some wild wrestling there.
I
There
can
was like-
imagine.
There's a ref in the ring, but it doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
it doesn't mean
anything
shit.
goes.
Yeah.
So the wildest one was Corporal Robinson against Trent Acid.
Oh my God.
And
Legendary.
Corp is a monster,
Yep.
okay? So Corp Robinson broke a vodka bottle and ran it across Trent Acid's head.
Oh shit.
And he was a mess. I think that was one of Trent Acid's last matches.
That's crazy.
That was really extreme to see Corp chew him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juggalo Wrestling is really fun to watch too.
Dude,
I'm
like
so
I said
excited for the
earlier,
fucking gathering.
they announced the gathering, and there's absolutely nothing but death that will stop me from being at this year's gathering.
Did you get your pass?
The tickets didn't go on sale yet.
Oh, I already have mine. I have a Connect.
Jim,
Oh yeah.
I'll stab you in the throat. I'll fucking stab you for this, dude.
Turns out Jimmy gets to hang out backstage with ICP after the show.
I got the press
Uh-huh.
pass. We should get press passes for this.
I would love to, man, dude. I'll
That's an
fucking.
idea.
That's
I don't care, man.
not
I'll-
entirely out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
We'll see how. Yeah, we'll
Just show
see.
him with a microphone and a recorder. And
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Press
But,
pass.
yeah.
I got a press pass.
I'm definitely gonna go. So I hope to check all of that off the bucket list when it comes to it, because
Where's that at this year?
Ohio.
Mhm.
Yep. I forget the name of the park.
Is it
or
like a
land
4-hour
that
drive
on.
at least?
It's almost 7 hours.
Almost
Wow,
7.
7
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
That's a
Ohio's
whole
far as
weekend.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's a whole weekend.
It's
Yeah.
the 19th through the 21st.
And they got campgrounds?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what to expect,
I think
but
it's like Lemming.
I know that
Ohio.
we have a lot of preparation, because I've been told that it's an absolute weekend of chaos and
Debauchery.
debauchery and buttholes and juggalos and juggalettes and fago and anything the fucking mind could imagine.
I was
You
off
know,
Legend
Anthony,
Valley, not Lemming.
This
Ugh.
this could be your opportunity to come back with your first really awesome LSD story.
It could. if it calls my name, it calls my name. I don't know.
I guarantee you, everybody, that Ant will not come back the same.
No.
So
He's,
I don't plan on coming back the same.
He's gonna like, what do you call it? Like
I'm gonna transform.
yeah, like Super Saiyan.
Right.
What about you, Vic? Do you have any really awesome LSD stories? Something you want to share?
Okay.
Something that stands out?
True confessions. Yup.
Hit the button. There it is. Bam, bam, bam,
So
bam.
I was on tour with the Grateful Dead for many years. And at one point, I was selling liquid sugar cubes. Yes, liquid acid on sugar cubes.
Ooh, baby.
And man, I was pretty popular, let's say, on the tour. And I would only sell, like, we have a taper's pit. You see, in the Grateful Dead, you can bring a recorder and tape recorder and microphone in, but you have to sit in one section.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be the only place that I would sell this stuff so I wouldn't get busted, you know, because there's so many police and plainclothes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was, yeah, people in the Taper's Pit were chasing me for like a year. People were looking for me all the time. So I was having
Wild.
the best clean,
Dude,
the
just think
cleanest
about
liquid,
that.
you know?
Hypothetically, of course.
There's some deadhead somewhere that is telling stories about the acid guy from the fucking
The guy with the sugar
mic
cubes.
box. Like, yeah, exactly. That is some off in the middle of nowhere right now.
Yeah.
It's
Vic
crazy.
used his press pass in a different way.
Oh, man.
So
That
Vic,
is
obviously,
fun. Those were
obviously,
fun
you
days.
dove in a little to your supply, right? Just a little bit.
A little, that's putting it mildly.
What's your like your favorite time of just like tripping out?
Okay. It was the Grateful Dead 1985 at the Spectrum.
Ooh, Jerry Garcia's still around.
And
right?
I was on tour with them for like I was there for like, this was like my 6th show of the week. 6th show, you know, where they do long sets.
Oh yeah.
And we do Meadowlands and Virginia and then Philly. So by the time I got to Philly, I was doing like 3 sugar cubes and hardly getting off.
Oh wow.
Because after you do one
Well,
or 2,
yeah.
it
Tolerance
doesn't work.
goes-
Yeah, my
yep.
tolerance was sky high.
You gotta like let it rest a couple weeks.
So yeah, man, I did 3 hits, and then my neighbor had Coke.
Oof.
But then you throw Coke on top of the acid, and we were walking on the moon. Let me tell you, that was above and beyond.
Were you
know?
seeing rainbows?
Yeah, oh yeah, I could see sound. You could actually see sound.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Now the nightmare thing was, now I had a bad experience with that. I'll tell you. I think it was New Year's, Living Earth, Grateful Dead band at the Chestnut Cabaret. And I had just gotten a bottle of this stuff. They told me, we just made it. We don't know how strong it is.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's how you know
So
it's
we're
good.
we're the guinea pigs, okay? So I take it to this show, and I'm telling people, look, I'm going to put a drop or 2 in your hand. But don't lick your hand. Shake it and throw it on the floor. Most of it will go on the floor, you know. That way I think we're going to be safe. Well, don't you know, 2 or 3 guys just gulp it right out.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
They're not
yeah.
going to throw it on the
Yeah,
floor.
no.
I'm
I'm a
do it.
madman. I can handle
And
it.
next thing you know, we're seeing his colors coming out of the speakers. Yeah, and my one friend, he wandered out the door. We lost him, and he left his coat there and his girlfriend there.
Did he ever come back?
Not till we didn't get in touch with him till the next day. He walked to the subway and got on the subway all tripped out and found his way home.
Dude. Can you imagine if
That
they had
must have been
GoPros
fun.
back then?
You should have strap a GoPro.
So,
Right.
and my other friend, he was in the back of the car pulling his hair out, saying he had to go to the hospital and he
Oh,
couldn't handle
shit.
it. That was a bad trip for him.
That's crazy.
But for me, I went to back in to get one of my friends, and it started to hit me really bad. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be vomiting rainbows any minute. So I head out to get out the front fucking door of this place, and the door is locked.
Oh my god.
And I barf all over the front door and the lobby and everything.
Oh man.
And they were not too happy with me after that. So I'm tripping my brains out, trying to get in touch with my friends inside, and they're like, "No, barf boy, hit the fucking road."
Get out of here.
So that was the awful experience with acid. Yeah, I don't trust it. Whatever you do,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, man.
Let it
no,
control
let me
you.
t-
Don't
true
try and
words.
control
No
that.
rides are free.
Yeah, that is
Okay?
150%
No rides are free.
true.
So I'd stay away from it now. But I've had my experiences.
Yeah.
I say I've tried and quit everything, even beer at this point.
There you go. Words of wisdom.
Yeah,
All right, Vic, do you got anything coming up that you want to plug, or fucking anybody you want to give shout-outs to, or now's your time to air it all out?
I want everybody to go out there and get those concert tickets.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to get back in the crowds, right?
Dude,
It's gonna
Fucking
feel like
A, man.
it's gonna be like a breath of fresh air being able to party in the parking
it
lots.
really
and
is.
everything.
Yeah, man.
It really, really is. It's
Yeah.
the best drug in the world.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Everybody get out there and have a good time what's left of the summer.
Fucking A, dude.
Vic Corona, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
on,
guys
brother.
so much.
Thank
It's a
you.
lot
Thank
of
you.
fun.
All right. Peace. Much love. Goodbye.
There you go. It isn't too rough. I got plenty more stories.